Hello my friends, I'm GHondo, and welcome back to Judgment. Just before we get started here for today, I'd like to mention that Beta 13 has just come out. We were previously playing 12, we are now on 13. It is still officially in beta, so there may be bugs, but there are quite a few changes that are all pretty sweet, so we'll go over them super quick. Right off the bat, you'll probably notice the people look a lot better. They've improved the art for the character faces, which is cool. They've also added, if I go into the inventory here and take, say, wood, for example, now there's actual gather limits, so it's safe to actually queue the entire map to be cleared, which I've already done. I did that before I started recording because it's boring. You don't need to watch that. But what'll happen is now, just like with crafting, where they'll stop when they have enough or they'll start when they're too few, is this thing will automatically put holds on the various gathering, like wood or stones or what have you, so that your people don't just sit there and do that until the end of time, or until you have cleaned the entire map out. Just one there. So that's very, very cool. Let's see what else there is. Oh, in crafting, there's now the ability to scrap. So for example, these clubs we absolutely do not need anymore, so we'll just get rid of those. And there are also changes to the research tree, specifically under rituals. This one here, for example, used to be one about growing trees. It's now one about finding extra loot, which is really neat. I'm pretty sure... See, the problem is I don't really remember what these were. I think this is actually an entirely new tree that wasn't there before, because I thought light and dark was second, but it might have been third. So it's very possible I've mixed some of that up. And then there's really neat ones here, like down here. If you have a character that you just really don't like, you can basically just turn him into somebody else, which is strange, but really kind of cool. And then there's stuff about lowering awareness and that, so there's some really cool stuff coming later on, as well as like defensive stuff, so like to make the attacks weaker, which later on will probably become very important because the attacks will probably get crazy. So that's really cool. And the other thing that apparently exists now are traders, so at some point we may see one of them drop by. Right, can't really say anything about that because I've not seen one yet. I've just got this put in and I haven't done anything yet except look at the patch notes and queue up all the wood and stone and everything on our entire map. So anyway, we are ready to go, so let's do that. Since I have plenty of wood, they should no longer be chopping wood. Should be just building this farm. Probably gathering water too. Whoops, we have a level up. Dick Fingers, the priest. It's leveling up. Okay. So we are using Dick Finger for what? Mostly as a builder. Okay, so we want a building one if possible. Which there isn't one of. Well, it is a priest, so maybe having the ability to craft holy items would be good. Or medicine would also be good, but let's say holy items. It'll probably be a little while on the research tree before we get to that, but it'll be helpful once it's there. Buddy, you're not really on your bed there, sir. So some of the graphics have improved and some have perhaps slipped a little. Or he likes levitating half his body. Could be that too. Anyway. Well, our sheep farm is done. Very cool. And since we're very low on clay, that is something they're working on. In fact, I don't remember... Did I actually set... No, I didn't. No reason not to have gather limits on it as well. I left gather limits off for food because there's no real reason ever not to be continuously growing food, but everything else can have finite amounts. But clay is one we are really low on, so this is actually very good that now they'll come and work on that for us, which is very, very cool. And on the subject of research, we have a lot of points to use, so let's go and use some of those. Might be time to improve our bows. Not be a bad idea. We can't get into metal weapons unless we get some research materials, so we'll either have to scavenge for those or see if a trader has them, wherever we find a trader. The other option, of course, is now that we're going to be making wool, we could start making first aid. That's probably actually a very good idea. Kind of want to do both if we can. Well, let's start with first aid in the infirmary. Infirmary just needs a lot of wool. We haven't got enough yet. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, not a problem. It's running low, say that's really not good. Alright, so let's go think about doing some scavenging. Probably we want to try and find some food if we can. Maybe even some wool. Just to pick up. There is something with a research material somewhere. Over here. 3 Reapers, 3 Fire Imps, a Hellhound, and 4 Miners. That sounds a little bit rough for the Cunning Killers. They're good, but I don't know if they're that good yet. Just look for ones that involve food. That's just this one here. 2 Imps, 3 Hellhounds. That sounds pretty nasty too, doesn't it? Alrighty. About some of these unknown ones. Again, that's over this way. I think we might be able to take that. This is actually the one I posed the question in the last video, but nobody jumped in with an opinion, so I guess that's up to me. Oh, here's one that's okay, we can definitely do that. We don't really need water, but there's no reason not to. Go and see what this is. 2 Imps should be effortless. Let's go and take that out. That sounds very, very easy. Oh, sorry, that's the other thing that mentioned is there's now an auto combat button. So for fights like this where there's no question I'm going to beat the 2 Imps effortlessly, you can actually just do an auto resolve and it will do the fight for you. The experience looks pretty normal. Okay, so they were binoculars. That's what we got off of that one. Very cool. Let them go home and then we'll pick who gets to have the binoculars. And then we'll go and save somebody. Okay, so binoculars probably should go to somebody who is an archer, I would think. Would make the most sense. Because all it does, of course, is just give you more vision range, so this doesn't really matter which one, so we'll just give it to Dick Fingers. Somewhere in there, there's a joke about size of Dick Fingers. Never mind, I'm just not even going to finish that joke. You can fill in the blanks on your own. Alright, so we have a couple of Fire Imps and a Minor Demon. Should not be a problem. Let's go rescue this person. Some stone there, some clay there. Might be worth picking up some of these. Okay, so because this is not going to be such an obvious fight, and we have a survivor to rescue, there is no option to auto-resolve, so we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. That's fine, we can do that. Saw a flash of demon down there. left, so that works out well. And start the rescue process. Alice. Starts picking these things up. Oops, there we go. Okay, so far so good. Slow again, so there's more demons floating around somewhere. There they are. Let's go take care of the minor demon. Fire him. Easy mode. It's gone slow again, so there's still more demons floating around somewhere. Top, and there's quite a few of them. Let's get going here. See, that was very sneaky of it. Came around to beat this guy up. Alright, welcome aboard, Brittany the Priestess. Is just a builder. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's go. It's a very successful rescue. Took a bit of a beating, but not too bad. Certainly not the worst we're ever going to do. Yeah, let's start heading back and on the way. And already go and assign Brittany some stuff. So she will need quarterstaff and some armor. And some jobs. She's also a builder, so building should be up front. Anything after that she's particularly good at? Not really. So I guess it doesn't really matter too much what we give her. Let's give her these up-arrowed ones, because that means she likes them and gains experience faster. Awesome. Oh, and we have enough research now to get composite bows. So the only real question is, should we build composite bows or just wait for crossbows? So we're already more than halfway there. So let's compare them. So the composite bow, I guess the quickest way is just to look at the DPS. 8.4, 5.4. 0.45. Yeah, so the crossbow is miles better. Does have a bit less range, I noticed. But it shoots much, much harder. Also slightly less accurate, which could be a problem. So maybe composite bows are better in some ways. It's hard to say. It's a case of accuracy and range versus just raw power, so I'll probably just wait and get crossbows. Well, crossbows require resin, and I don't think I have any of that. No, I don't, so that actually will decide for me. Resin is kind of hard to get. It's only available in forests, and it's always pretty heavily guarded. Hellhounds, imps, and a werewolf. Reapers. werewolves. So maybe we'll just stick to composite bows, and that will be great. Build the armor yet? That's fine. So we have 2 archers. So we want 2 of these. To get those, we need a total of 12 arrows. No problem. Problemo. Okay, there's the armor for her. Started on the arrows, which is good. Built enough so I can do one of them. Speed up here a little bit. Queue up both of those bows. Take a while to build, but that's totally fine. And Liz, our survivalist, has leveled up. She is a fighter type, even though she's a survivalist. We use her as a fighter and a water gatherer. Okay. None of those really say anything about the gathering side, but she definitely is a fighter, so we will give her a fighting one. Now, that's your composite bow. It's about half done the other one. There we go. And we can head and get rid of both of those, which will give us a little bit of wood back. And I'm not sure if you could do it before, and I just never noticed. But I noticed that when I went in to check on gathering limits for scrap, they actually can just manufacture scrap, so I figure since now that there's traders that and it'll use scrap as currency, we should probably have a lot more of that, so that's what we're doing. Very good, very good. Alright, how are we doing on research now? We could grab crossbows, but we don't really need them unless we get resin. Can't do that without one of those. That's still too expensive. Could learn how to make Molotov cocktails, but they're really dangerous. Now water conservation would be good. Let's get that. That way they don't have to hit the well quite so often. That's a very slow and time-consuming job. Alright, we got time. Let's go do one quick little scavenge just to end the episode well. Let's go... what should we go get? I really do kind of want to get this one, though it's going to be super, super dangerous. Only made one first aid kit so far. That's very, very dangerous. Alright, let's pick something slightly easier. I don't want to lose our group doing so well. Let's maybe try and get some... which of these resins is easier? 1 werewolf, 3 hounds, 1 werewolf. So 3 hounds or 3 reapers. Minor demons helping. Fire imps helping. Oh, they're both going to be pretty nasty. Well, this one has at least 1 less actual monster. Problem is the reapers are so tough, though. Alright, we're not doing that. Let's go and try and grab some wool to speed up our farms. Let's give us hides, which are helpful. Yeah, that one's just too much. 2 hellhounds, 1 reaper, and 1 werewolf. That's still so much, though. We need something we can actually manage. And a lot of these are not it. Okay. Instead of looking for a specific item, let's just grab something close by that we can take pretty easily. Well, that one's really easy. There, let's grab this. Some extra wood and some extra clay. That sounds good. Let's go grab that, and that'll be a good way to end off the episode. So we're just a little high on time control. Should actually be an easy one to auto-resolve. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Let them head back to base. But for now, we'll call that an excellent spot to end the episode. So thank you to everyone for watching today. And until next time, folks, stay calm, and I hope you come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.